Saturday morning to you. Thank you so much for starting your weekend with us on Weekend Recharge. I'm LaRosa.
And I'm Paul Goodlow. Well, much of the east is starting out cold this morning, and that will turn perhaps to some wet snow later.
H over the eastern half of the U.S. This is like a twofold H because you have high pressure, some sunshine, a nice little break in the northeast, but we're going to have to talk about some showers developing here this weekend. And then you have our next system that's going to be moving into the Midwest. It is driving winds, 50 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts possible, along with some snow. We'll talk about this. You know, you're talking snow, so we know there's cold air coming. It's starting to get into place here. As we get into early next week, we're talking straight up Arctic air. And when you look at where the colors are, you can almost paint that train track straight out of Canada and the Arctic down into the lower 48. Even down to the Gulf Coast. Yes, we're talking about that much of a chill. So as we get into early next week, 10 to 20 degrees below average from everywhere from Minneapolis to Jacksonville, Miami. Yes, you are going to feel chilly. We are totally giving you the right to say it is cold come next week. 67 for a high. That's 10 degrees below average on Monday in Miami. But look at this, Atlanta and Louisville, upper 30s into the lower 40s. Morning temperatures feeling the chill as well. And then on top of that, you have some moisture. And we've got a system coming into the Midwest that's going to produce some snow. So we're talking about Monday here from Chicago to Indianapolis, even Detroit. You've got that transition, that mix from Charleston to Nashville. And yes, you've got pink in Atlanta. Would not be surprised to see some of that mixing in there too. You got to kind of get mentally ready for that come Monday and into Tuesday. So Nashville, Monday, really kind of a messy, cold day with temps staying into the 30s. And at any point from the morning on into the evening, enough there to see some mix of rain and snow. So count on some tough drives here come Monday morning. Now here comes Tuesday, and you have temperatures now not getting out of the 30s in Atlanta into Nashville, certainly into Wednesday, temps into the 20s in Louisville, Atlanta into the 40s, and we're still talking about 50s and 60s for highs next week into Florida.
What is this, like winter?
It is winter.
It is winter. Yes. We hope you're enjoying your Saturday so far. Hey, we're going to get you ready for what's going to happen next week as the work week begins across the Northeast. Welcome back to Weekend Recharge. Just under 7 inches of snow fell yesterday in Boston from Winter Storm Lexi. Now, the city has received more than 16 inches of snow so far this year, which is a little bit above average.
But what a difference a year can make, right? Boston had more than 50 inches of snow through this point last year.
Yeah, now on the phone to talk about how the city has learned from last year and how they're dealing with the snow so far this year is Mayor Marty Walsh. Good morning, Your Honor. Thanks for joining us this morning. And before we go back to last year, let's talk about yesterday's snowstorm. How is the city doing right now after getting more than a half foot of snow?
Talker, regardless, right? You get a couple snowflakes even, let alone accumulating snow. All right, so we've got that to contend with. And now we're already looking ahead to next week and how a snowmaker is going to unfold into the Midwest and the Northeast. So here's what Monday looks like. It looks like a mess, right? But the pink is where we're going to see transition rain and snow. That includes the Ohio Valley into the mid-Atlantic. You've got snow in Chicago, and that coastal impact from that system that we're watching for tomorrow, that's where that snow is coming from in Boston. Now we get into Monday night, and now that next round, that sort of snowmaker number 2 begins to take over and dominate the map here. And you see the darker shades of blue. There's potential here for State College and Harrisburg, D.C., into Baltimore to see that accumulating snow as early as Monday night. Certainly into Tuesday, we've got that going in through the Delmarva, South Jersey, but now we've got still more snow coming into New York and Albany, into Burlington. Keep that in mind that Tuesday is primary day. New Hampshire going to see more snow. All right, so here's how one model looks. You'll see familiar features, right? The coastal low and then this low in through the Great Lakes. That are going to act together. That line right there is the rain-snow line. Everything to the left of it is going to be snow, so we're going to make that a snowmaker. The Euro looks a little bit more robust here, but right along the coast, not so much inland. A lot to